Hello, traders. Welcome to tradingwithbill.com. Good to be with you on a Wednesday. Bright blue sunny skies here in Thailand. Absolutely gorgeous day today. Traders, good to be with you, and let's get to it. Got a little bit to talk about today. Got some charts to go over from what we looked at yesterday and some trade plans that came to work, but 24 hours later, and they're just setting up now. So before we do that, let's go over to the other side and let's take a look at the numbers. Taking a look at the numbers, the S&P 500 closed down negative 0.15%. The NASDAQ futures down 0.22%. The Dow 30 down 0.03%. The S&P VIX is up 7.26%. Like I said yesterday, we like to see that. We like to see volatility in the markets. Okay, the Nikkei 225 is currently negative 1.30%. And the DAX is negative 0.50% as we look at it right now. And the dollar index came down, but it is showing because in Thailand we've rotated through midnight. So it's currently up 0.03%. However, if you look at it overnight, it actually came down because now we're farther away from that 101 area. If you remember yesterday, we were like at 101.87, and now we're down to 100.66, and we were at 187.95 yesterday. I know I said 101, I caught that. But yeah, so as long as the dollar index stays above 100, I'm okay with that. We'll just leave it alone. All right, we'll just leave it alone. All right, so let's that's what's going on in indices. Let's take a look at commodities real quick here. And gold is up 0.22%, currently at $1,276.95. Silver's up. Copper is down 0.34%. WTI crude is up 0.28%, currently at $53.55 a barrel. However, Brent oil is at $56.40 a barrel, and that's up 0.30%. One thing to watch, and I like correlations, but sometimes they really fog your head up with what you're going to trade, right? So we have oil going up and we have gold going up at the same time. That's really an imbalance. I don't like to see that. I like to see one up and one down. I don't care if it's daily or whatever it is, but I like to see that correlation working. I don't like to see both of them going up and both of them coming down because somebody's going to make that correction and price is going to dump from one or the other. So just keep that in mind. If you see both of them going up at the same time, expect one of them is going to start to come down. Alrighty. All right, let's take a look at what's going on today as far as data goes. I read, in fact, it was this morning, I read FOMC Chair Yellen spoke. And yeah, it doesn't sound like we're going to see a rate hike for a while. From what I read and her attitude and her statements, they're really not. They're not going to. It doesn't look like that's what's in the forecast. Was that they're looking to do another rate hike? They're basically looking for stabilization now. They want things to calm down, stable out, and they want to see growth, internal growth. That's how I read it. And they're not looking at doing anything with the dollar. They're not looking. I didn't see anything in that statement. She was at a university, I think, and it's taking questions from Skype and the audience, and yeah, it doesn't look to me like there's going to be any rate hikes in the near future, which living in Thailand is good for me because when they do a rate hike, the dollar gets very weak abroad, and a good old president, Mr. Trump, is definitely making it volatile on this side of the world as far as currencies go and the dollar. All right, so let's see what's going on today as far as data goes up. So we had after the New York closed yesterday, or during New York, Kashkari spoke yesterday from FOMC. Today we had China. China had CPI year on year today. Came out at 0.9. They were expecting 1.0. So that was a red number. So keep that in mind as you go through your trading, especially if you're looking at the CAD, you're looking at the yen pairs, and you're looking at the Aussie dollar. Those three pairs I'd keep an eye out as far as China goes, especially the Aussie. Okay. Today in the European session, we have a lot of CPIs today. Just keep it out. We got average earnings index bonus for February out of the Great British Pound. That'll be an important number. That's a high impact alert. So just keep an eye on that. Claimant count change also coming out. Bank of England Governor Carney speaks. He might move the markets. I don't know if the markets listen to him, but people listen to him, especially with the Brexit situation going on. He's going to be watched pretty closely. Let's see, what else do we have going on? In the U.S. Session, we got FOMC Kaplan speaking today. Crushing crude oil inventories come out today. Bank of Canada interest rate report and decision comes out today. Quite a busy day as far as data goes. Things to watch out for. And we've got Bank of Canada's Governor Pulitz speaks today also in the U.S. session. So quite moving today. And we got, just so you know, we got PMI out of the Kiwi first thing in Asia tomorrow. So keep an eye on that. All right, enough of that. Let's do what we're here for, and let's get to the charts, okay? All right, so we talked about a couple of things. One thing we talked about yesterday was the euro, and look at this trade plan, how this just formulated. This just did not bad. I got to tell you, this did not bad. However, it took into New York New York close for this to basically happen 2 or 3 hours before this happened. This could be from all the speakers yesterday. I don't know what it was, but remember, we were in here when we started yesterday. This is pulled all the way up. This was a great entry, by the way. We talked about this. I even put an arrow here, right? Said if this comes up to the 50%, we're going to sell it, right? Where's your stop going to be? Above the 61.8. Vice versa. If you took it at the 38.2, which is a safe trade, I have no problem with you doing that. I think it was a good idea. Only thing was left of the chart. A lot of junk, right? So this was the entry. The 50% was the entry on this. These fib numbers work, folks, and it's not that I had this infatuation for Fibonacci. However, I'm not the only one looking at Fibonacci. Everybody's looking at Fibonacci, and everybody's looking at these levels. That's why I'm such a Fibonacci fanatic. I use fibs on all my trading, whether it's options, whether it's Forex, whatever it is, I use fibs. They work. That's all I could say is they work. So this was yesterday's setup, and it actually, you know, it started in Asia today. I was not going to get in. I got to my computer at this blue candle, I think this morning, a red candle, in Asia, and it was this red candle, and I'm not looking to jump in this bandwagon here. We got too much junk. We're coming into support. Here's another support level, right? I'll take profits down here. So either this is going to bounce back up again, back to the 50, or it could go all the way back up to the 618, and we'll take an entry there. But this right now is no trade. No trade, folks. There's no trade here. If you didn't get it at the 50, you lost it, right? This is the advantage of putting in market orders, and I've got to get used to doing that. And I got to tell you, out of the over 12 years I've been trading Forex, I never put in pending orders. I've always put my orders in live. Well, the problem is, when you have this stuff coming out late in New York, that's 3 o'clock in the morning for me. I'm not at my computer, so I've got to start putting in pending orders. What you could have done here is, if you would have put a pending order here, you would have put a pending order here to get back in this and add to your position. Example, I get in with 3 minis. It bounces to the 50%, I add 2 minis, and that's my trade, and I take it down. We're in profit here, and we're coming up to the support. I would think about scaling back to 3 minis, right? I took some, put it in the bank, right, and let it run, let it continue. All right, let us take a look at, this Euro Yen pair. Where's the Euro Aussie? Didn't I have a trade up here on the Euro Aussie? Oh, I guess not. Okay. You know what? Let's get rid of that, because that will drive me crazy. I just don't like all that stuff on my charts, folks. All right. I don't mind it on my charts when I'm actively looking at taking a trade, but if I'm not actively looking at taking a trade, drawings come off my charts. All right. Let's take a look at, here's the pound. We looked at this, and this just did exactly opposite what we wanted to. However, this is just moving around here. This is a void trade here. This is a void. Now, I want to sell, don't get me wrong, but this is a void here, right? We're not going to do anything with this Fibonacci and stuff like that. So you know what? It's a lot easier. Just get rid of this stuff and have a nice clean chart, right? So what I'm looking at here, folks, is I want to sell this, right? We want to sell the pound dollar. So you know what? We're just going to take this up like this. Look at that. That's, you see, I put that in a bright color, so when I can look at my charts. I look at 8 pairs at one time, as you can see, and I can look at my charts and see if that breaks really quick. I can scan my charts and see this pretty quick, what's going on. Here's the euro yen. We talked about this yesterday. This ended up being a great trade. The problem is it never pulled back and gave us the entry. This was the pullback here, and this was down. And this was early in London, before London Open, actually. Of course, we were here. So this was about London Open. This came back up and then just dumped and did exactly what we wanted it to do. I missed this. To be honest with you, I totally missed this. But this was your entry, and it wasn't our plan, by the way. However, you got to respect this 23.6 Fibonacci level. It's crucial in trading. I don't think people ignore it, but I don't think people put as much emphasis on the 23.6 Fib as I do. I think it's a very strong pivot point. And it's a pivot point. Fibonacci level, sorry. Fibonacci level is very strong. So I keep an eye on it. But this trade plan, again, is now void. It's off the channel here. So you know what? We're out of there. Okay? We'll have to start fresh. And all I would do is I'd fib this swing and see if we get a pullback to an entry and take it to the downside. But doesn't look like today. Doesn't look like today. So what are we doing today? We're doing the pound yen today, folks. The beast is back in operation. And that is incorrect. So we want to remove that. Okay. So here we are. This is what we want today. We're down here. And I'm not really liking that at all. I got to be honest with you. We need a pullback, right? So we basically want to pull back, you know, up to this 50% level. Or even all the way up to the 76.4 fib on my chart. We want to pull back up to here. So this trade is valid, but it's going to take a long time to get us up here. We don't want to trade in here. There is just too much junk, folks. There is too much junk here. We don't want to be involved with that, right? So we want this to pull back all the way up to the 76.4 fib on my fibs, and we want to take this to the downside. We'll get in at 137.97, and you know, that's it. That's what we're going to do. We'll take profit down here at 136.89, which is, it's almost a 100 pip trade. It's not a slack trade, but it's not going to probably activate today. It could tomorrow, and we could be in it over the weekend, which I don't have a problem with, providing we don't have no big summits or anything going on this weekend, and I haven't looked, to be honest. So, but this trade is valid, and we're gonna watch this pretty close, because remember something about the pound yen. They call it the beast for a reason. It's very volatile, and it can make a move really quick. Really, I just want to take a real quick look at, folks. This is significant. Look at this dollar yen. Yep, weakness in the dollar, right? Look at how this has moved, such movements in the last day and a half. So keep an eye, always keep an eye on the dollar yen. If you're not trading it, and I didn't trade it for a long time, but I use it as a guide, and it's a great guide. So now I expect some power in the dollar, because this is at support. It's overextended, and I expect this to come back to the other direction. Remember, nothing goes in a straight line, and nothing stays the same way, right? Especially for us intraday traders who are trading a 30-minute chart or a 1-hour chart. All right, so that's my stuff for today. I hope I didn't go too long today. A lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of things to go over. Thanks for being with me. It's really great. Beautiful day in Thailand today. Really great. I did my morning swim this morning. Absolutely beautiful. Traders, have a great trading day. Remember, trade smart and not hard. Traders, we'll catch you next time. Take care now. Bye-bye.